Well, good morning, friend. And I'm saying good morning because I'm actually recording this in the morning, even though we count the Omer after sunset, really after dark. But I wanted to record this in the morning because this evening we're going to have our Havdalah live event at 5:45 p.m. And I hope you'll join us for that. And remember, for the first time, it's going to be on the Gateway Jewish Ministries Facebook page rather than on my personal Facebook page. Well, this evening starts the 31st day of the Omer. 1 week ago today, on May 2nd, we started giving some thought to some of the names of the Lord as we count the Omer in our devotions. So far, we've been thinking about names of God that begin with the word El, such as El Shaddai. Today, let's start giving some attention to the Adonai names. Now, many of you will know these as the Jehovah names. The Hebrew word is not pronounced Jehovah, but that is how the vast majority of the church will know them. You probably, for example, know the name Jehovah Jireh, the Lord our provider, or Jehovah Rapha, and there's the Lord our healer, and there's many others. The Jewish people are uncomfortable speaking the actual correct pronunciation for what the church knows as Jehovah. So whenever it appears, we simply say Adonai, which means Lord. Scholars will refer to this actual word as the tetragrammaton, since it actually contains 4 Hebrew letters, Yud, He, Vav, He. Friend, in your Bibles, you can tell whenever the actual tetragrammaton appears, because the translators make it very clear for us by using all capitals. So it will be capital L, capital O, capital R, capital D, and not capital L, lowercase o, lowercase r, lowercase d. Or it could appear as capital G, capital O, capital D, and not capital G, small o, small d. For the first Jehovah name, let's consider the name Jehovah Shema. And we'll say it this way, Adonai Shema. Adonai Shema means the Lord is present. It's actually found in the last 2 words of the book of Ezekiel. You probably know that the last 13 chapters of Ezekiel's prophecy are about the last days. They're about God bringing his presence to the earth. In the end, God establishes his full presence among people. And so Ezekiel ends his book in Ezekiel 45 verse 35 with these words, from that day on the name of the city will be Adonai is there, or Adonai Shema. Friend, God has a plan to establish his presence among people. Ultimately, God's purpose for you and for every person is to dwell in his presence. David knew that he would dwell in the presence of God. In Psalms 23, verse 4, David said, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. That's Adonai Shema. He's with me, God's presence. Or he ends Psalms 23 in verse 6 like this, surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. In other words, I'm going to be in God's presence. Adonai Shema. In the Great Commission, Jesus said that we should live in faith, always believing that God is with us. At the end of Matthew's Gospel, in the Great Commission, he said, and lo, I'm with you always, even to the end of the age. Always, and to the end of the age. In other words, the Lord is with us both geographically and eternally. That is Adonai Shema. So friend, can you put up your spiritual antenna? Make yourself aware of God's presence? Could you do it right now? You felt the presence of God before. Can you take yourself there now? Because, friend, we need to live in the presence of Adonai Shema. People need the presence of Adonai Shema. And friends, since we are in the presence of God, let's bless him. And then let's obey him with the commandment that he gave to our Jewish patriarchs. By now, you're familiar with the traditional blessing that we actually use. Blessed are you, Lord our God, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us concerning the counting of the Omer. Or, as we say in Hebrew, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al seferet ha-Omer. And then we count the Omer, saying, today is 31 days, which is 4 weeks, and 3 days of the Omer. In Hebrew, Hayom Echad Ush Loshim Yom Shehem Arba'a Shavuot Ush Losha Yamim LeOmer, or again in English, today is 31 days, which is 4 weeks and 3 days of the Omer. God bless you, friend. I hope to see you tomorrow.